Hey, my name is Chase Satrowski. I'm a real estate broker with Kentwood City Properties in Denver, Colorado. Today we're going to be going over my favorite properties newly listed this week between $750,000 all the way up to $1 million. This week, just like last week, we're going to be using HomeScout to do all of our property close-ups. I'm going to be doing a more in-depth video for HomeScout so you can see how I use it and why I use it. So make sure you look out for that. Each of our listings are going to be located all throughout Denver Metro, so we can keep it nice and tight, and you guys always have your bearings. We're always going to lead from Kentwood City Properties in the heart of downtown. We're located just across from Union Station. Okay, 1822 South Sherman Street is listed at $840,000. The total square footage is 2,200, and it's a 4-bed, 3-bath. Let's see it on the map. We're going down south to Platt Park. Platt Park is in South Denver. It's a really cool middle place between Denver and the Denver Tech Center, and Sherman is located in an awesome place. So it's between South Broadway and it's between South Pearl. So Grandma's House is a really interesting and kind of eclectic bar on South Broadway. They make it feel just like a grandma's house. But then on South Pearl, you got everything you could possibly want. You got Park Burger, and then you got the brewery right here. So a lot of really cool restaurants just on South Pearl, just a couple blocks away. So as we get closer, you've got an alley in the back, nice 2-car detached garage, a nice big side yard. So this place is just racking it up. Looks like they had a dumpster, and that must have been from when they were remodeling. I love when Google Earth picks things like that up. You would never have known that otherwise. So let's take a look on the inside at our HomeScout close-up. I actually overlooked this property when I scrolled through for the first time because when I first saw it, it looked like it was completely remodeled. But then as I started clicking through, instead of thinking remodeled, I thought restored. So you'll notice as you look through this property, they went out of their way to keep so many of the original details. Just so cool. But in the right places, they updated it to make it completely high-end for today's standards. The finishes are way up there. The appliances are very high-end, and I think the paneling that they did through here, it doesn't smell of cheese whatsoever. It's not cheesy in the least. I think it's really cool, and it ties so much of this place together, all the way back to the mudroom. I think they did such a good job keeping so many of the angles, not covering them up, but kind of embracing them. And you see it all the way throughout. Sometimes you could run into issues with these sloped things in the shower for tall people, but that is a standard 8-foot height. So unless you got Shaq taking showers in there. Then you have a courtyard in the back. That's, again, it goes back to that alley. So you have plenty of privacy there because you go right back down into the backyard. So I think for the size, the location, 840 might be on the high side. I'd have to look at the comps a little bit more closely, but I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous house. 802 St. Paul Street is listed at $825,000. The total square footage is 4,417, and it's a 4-bed, 4-bath. Let's see it on the map. We're going over to Congress Park, which is on the east side of Denver. It's a really, really neat neighborhood. The homes there are all, again, very meticulously maintained. Just because of the age of the area, the properties are just so pretty. So just south of there is going to be one of the areas that's going to be servicing this neighborhood. It's on 6th Ave. Just east of there is Colorado, and just north of there is Colfax. So you're not too far away from anything, but you're not too close to anything, so you're not going to be getting any kind of road noise or anything like that. So just east of you is Trader Joe's. It's nice to be in a close proximity to that. And then just across the street is Daiji Korean barbecue. So if you've never had Korean barbecue, it's really neat. You get to make your food at your table. So back to the property. You're going to be right on the corner of 8th and St. Paul. And I'm excited to see on the inside in our HomeScout close-up. Boom! Mature, entryway, dark wood. This place is in Congress Park, so it's not super, super walkable, but I think that this property really lends itself to a more mature buyer. This very heavy, thick wood accents everywhere just kind of block everything off, but it's so pretty, and it just kind of takes you back to a different time. It's not today's style, but it's definitely a style. I'm scrolling down to the year built, so it's a 1919. Man, they built things a certain way back then, right? And this just holds so true to that. Get your pledge ready. That is a ton of wood. Cool angles on the roof. Man, this place is set in its ways. Just everything's super beefy. 1919, age of the home. You're going to want to check foundation. Make sure that a place like this, it's listed at 825, so everything better be in really, really good order. No cracking. Everything's been tuck pointed in those bricks. Really cool sunroom. God, this dining room is really cool. Man, look at that stove. Just all of the timeless details all throughout this place. Wow. Timeless piece in Congress Park. All right, last but not least, 1015 South Downing Street. It was listed and is under contract for $975,000. This property was listed and then under contract in less than 1 day. So that's how fast this market is. And this house is so cool. So its total square footage is 2,846. It's a 5-bed, 3-bath. Let me show you where it is on the map. Over to Wash Park, and as you'll see, this property is almost on Wash Park. It's as close as you can get. So Downing is going to be the main road just to the west of Wash Park. So this street will be fairly busy, but it is going to be so cool living right across the street and essentially using Wash Park as your front yard. So you got an alley in the back, and I'm sure both of these houses on either side of you, maybe not as cool as this one, but they're probably pretty cool. So let's take a look at the close-up and see this place in all of its glory in our HomeScout close-up. As soon as I saw this place, I just got a fun feeling in me. It's kind of nice, tucked away underneath a little canopy of trees, which I feel like is not prevalent enough in Denver. One thing that when I moved here from California, couldn't figure out what I was missing was like hedges, greenery, just that feeling where it makes you feel like you're kind of tied into nature. And when I saw this picture, I was like, man, that feels like I'm walking into a nursery. And then all through, you just get that same feeling, like just happy. Happy colors. So pretty. If I got just an invitation to a house party just for a summer barbecue, and this is the house I pulled up to, man, I'd have a grin ear to ear. I mean, you could just see this kitchen has just platters of food on it. That back door is open. You just hear people laughing and doing whatever. Man, it's so pretty. 1 day. It was on the market for 1 day. Less than 1 day. $975, just gone. I mean, but as soon as you see this place, I mean, that's the backyard. So cool, so pretty. I totally believe it. 1 day, property like this, on the market, off the market. Congratulations, enjoy it. All right, that's going to do it for this week. So if you have any questions about these or any other properties throughout Denver Metro, there's going to be a link below to HomeScout. Use the code CHASE, and you'll be able to have access to everything that I do. If you like these or any of my other videos, please make sure to like and subscribe. My name's Chase, and that's The Rundown.